Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop and simplifying the language of crypto for newbies. And today I bring you a very interesting project that Grok has suggested that I look into with high potential for breakout. And it's called Zano. Now, before we begin, I'm not invested in Zano. I have no skin in this game. I'm not being paid by them to make this video. This is my exploration into AI as to whether it can predict the coins that are about to pop. Now, this one, as you'll see from the chart in the background, looks like it may have already popped. But as I'm going to show you, this looks like a very interesting project. And nothing is financial advice that I talk about. This is pure entertainment, my friends. So if you're ready for that, then join me on a little journey into Zano. So let's start. The markets had a drawback today, yesterday. Now, some of you are panicking, but this is normal in crypto because they shake out. When crypto starts to look up, as you see with the ETF intro, people start going long and the market makers need to liquidate longs. And they did liquidate longs. And you can see this here. This is the ETF flow, which is generally positive. It means that the institutional money is flooding in. But what you'll see is occasional drawbacks just to wreck people that have gone long. So you'll see that that's consistent throughout, but it's generally more green than it is red. And just to show you that in action, here we go. Look, liquidations for 24 hours, 262 million worth of liquidations have gone in. So that's the retrace out the way. Let's go straight here. So some of you will know I've been working with Grok to get them to analyze potential breakout patterns. Now it's hit me with two today. The first one is Ondo, which is a real world asset, and this is a very solid project as well. And this is a full setup. I've got Grok to predict the trust score in the project and the price score, which is how likely is it to go up imminently. Now, all of these things are trading signals, so you don't need to make any sense of those. You just need the overall score. But this was a coin that I'd never come across today. And so I thought, okay, well, let's look into it. What is Zano? So I went to CoinMarketCap and I saw that this project started life back in January of 2020 at 25 cents. And look, it did generally nothing. You see, this is quite common with a lot of cryptos until here, into 11/11/2023, and it suddenly went from under $1 and it shot up to $3. Now, I just want to show you, look, this is how crypto works. One day you're sitting on something that's been very boring and people get bored and think this thing's never going to go up. And then one day, bang. And that's what's happening here. And you'll see that this chart is very much in the ascendancy. So it retraced here in May 2024. And look, it went up to here to over $16 in January 2025. And then it retraced back to just over $5. Then it shot up again recently. That's here. And that was in September to $17.35. And now it's had a nice little retrace. So it's had a nice little retrace. And that's because there was a sell-off. Some people have taken profits, but this looks like a strong setup. So let's actually look at the project. So it's got a market cap of 142. Now, this is definitely not the degen zone. This is an established project. This is a layer one blockchain that we're talking about here with a tiny market cap, which means that it has great potential to go up, but it's high enough that it's established now. We also see brilliant tokenomics. Now, this is a self-reported circulating supply, which is almost the same as the total supply, which tells me that all of the profit taking has flushed out, which will be this price suppression and profit taking. So that has been flushed out. Let's go down a little bit. We see it's not on Coinbase or Binance now, which means potential for big price pumps if that should be the case. So this looks like it could be one. Now, what is Zano? Zano is a privacy-centric blockchain ecosystem that was launched in 2019. Zano transactions are untraceable, leveraging ring signatures and stealth addresses. Now, let's just stop there. This is privacy. This is the next generation. This is a similar thing to Monero. And this is for people who don't like this central bank digital currencies or all transactions are on chain that everyone can see. So this is a pure privacy play. Now, as with all privacy plays, there's going to be likely government intervention to say, actually, we don't like that. We don't like that. So this is always a risk when you go into the privacy zone. But if you believe in privacy, it looks like a privacy focused blockchain setup. So let's look into it. First thing we do is go to the holders. Now we see a high percentage in one wallet, wrapped Zano. Now I'm going to suggest that this was probably the staking wallet or something to do with that. So that's why we're not going to look too much into it, because if we go to the Zano Block Explorer, we see according to their own Explorer, that 65% of the Zano is staked from the total supply. Now, that's a massive amount. It certainly doesn't correlate with this amount. So we take everything with a pinch of salt that we find here. But even if this is true, 65% of all Zano is staked, then that tells me that's a lot of value locked into the project, and that's very solid. They're probably earning staking rewards, real-time APY. So there you have it, my friends. And they're burning Zano. That means that it's becoming increasingly more valuable as they burn more tokens. So that is all very promising. We go to the social media and we see 82,000 followers, which is a decent amount. It's a decent amount. And when we look down, we see a decent amount of engagement. We see posts from 22 hours ago with a decent amount of engagement. And again, this is yesterday. Not so much engagement there, but this is an active account. We can see that it's an active account. So Zano development starts. There's 7 commits. So there's stuff happening here. It's an active account. So, and let's look at some of the posts, because this is a privacy coin. So the Bank of England wants to cap how much stable coins you can hold, calling it systemic risk. The new EU rules adding KYC and tracking stable coins like USDT and USDC and turning into surveillance money with freeze buttons. So this is important. This is really important, this narrative, because most people don't realize that this is coming. Central bank digital currencies and even things like stable coins, everything can be tracked. Now we're heading into a world where we're about to get digital IDs because of all of the chaos that the government's creating. So they've created chaos and now they're going to give the solution, which is digital IDs and central bank digital currencies where they can track everything and freeze your account if they don't like what you're doing. So just imagine we're heading into the world where if you post the wrong thing on social media, then the government has access to completely freeze your account. And this is what Zano is looking to mitigate. Regulatory crunch. So these caps and rules don't protect you. They just make stablecoins act like banks. Instead of free digital cash, you get permission slips. The counterforce. Privacy coins and stable coins take away the choke points of centralized issuers. With privacy built in, you get stable money that no one can freeze, track, or monitor. Now, this is massive, folks. I really want to just pause here and tell you, this is the future that nobody believes is coming, or not many people believes is coming. If you don't believe that central bank digital currencies are coming in, get on the government website, especially here in the UK. They're very, very close. They've been looking into it for a long time. They've been talking about it. It's gone under the radar. One day we're going to wake up and there's going to be no cash left. Cash is going out. You'll notice that there's some shops now that you can't pay with cash. This is coming in. It's been slowly drip fed our way. And this is a countermeasure. And this is going to be bigger as people wake up to what is actually happening. So this, my friends, is potentially the future that some people are going to be asking for. Privacy chains. So is Zano going to solve a massive problem, or is it going to be the victim of a massive global government clampdown? We don't know. We don't know. And this is their website. As you can see, it's technology, innovation, ecosystem. It's a very clean website. and it's all about privacy. So there you have it, my friends. This is the dystopian future that we're heading into, and Zano is looking to hedge against it. Now, you may not see that this is solving a problem right now, but very soon, when central bank digital currencies come in, and digital IDs, and government tracking, and caps on what you can spend your money on, then things like Zano are going to be increasingly interesting. But they're also going to be subject to government regulations and clampdowns. So as long as Zano stays in crypto-friendly countries, then it'll be all right. But is it going to be the next generation? Well, it looks promising, my friends. And at this price, it looks like a very interesting entry point. But what would I know? I'm just a lunatic here on the Lunar Café. But let me know what you think. What do you think the future for privacy coins and privacy change like Zano is? Do you think this is the future, or do you think this is just set up for governments to get together all over the world and say we're not letting you use it, which is a very real concern? But I remain on the fence, my friends. But on the surface, this looks like very strong tokenomics, a very interesting project. And without me taking a deeper dive into it, it certainly looks like one to look into. And Grok thinks it's about to go up. So there you go, my friends. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please do like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let's have a chat. What do you think about privacy coins? If you want more of my content, you'll find it just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.